here, and I am with Ashley England Ramsey, one of my friends and business partners. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Awesome! We are so excited because we are bringing a workshop to Middlesboro, Kentucky. And we have LifeShift workshops going on throughout the United States. But this one in particular is about you, those of you who are coming to Middlesboro, Kentucky and joining us on February 27th. So we are getting a lot of questions about what is this? So we thought, rather than typing up things, putting things on Facebook, and just typing them all out in emails, we would just do a little video and talk to you a little bit about it. Now, for those of you who already know you want to go and you don't want to watch this whole thing, great. Go to LifeShift.today. Push the button that says Save My Seat. And if you do that before January 15th, and then there's a code in there, and the code I want to give you right now, for those of you who are going to watch this video, or not, but if you take this, write in there video, and you'll get another $10 off. So right now it's $77, it's an early bird price, it's normally $97, but right now you can get it for 67 bucks. So a lot of people go, well, what is it? They've never been to a workshop like this, or they don't know what to expect. So we just thought we would have a conversation and talk about what's going to happen this day. Now, the top 3 questions, Ashley, I've been getting are, how much is it? Where is it? How long is it? And is lunch included? So I guess that's 4 questions.
4 questions.
Yeah, so here they are. These are simple. So these are the questions you have. We'll get those out of the way. So it's $67 with the code video if you register by January 15th. It's held at Making Ripple Studio. That's where we're at. This is an awesome studio Ashley owns, and she works here and she has a whole group of people here. But it's a great place to hold a conference like this, and it has great energy. And it's in Middlesboro. It is on the site as far as the address goes. Lunch is included, and it's from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if that's all the questions you have, there you go. Now, there's only going to be about 60 seats available. So don't wait. A lot of people always wait. Don't wait, just register. Here's my question for you. When's the last time you invested $67 into something that wasn't clothes or a purse? I know people who spend $200 on a bag. Well, guess what? 67 bucks. The first time I invested in myself, it was more than $67. It was close to $10,000. And I couldn't imagine people doing that. And I called them. I said, "You're telling me people pay $10,000 for this?" She goes, "Yes." And it changed the way I think about it. I've done it multiple times now. All we're saying, and we want to help you do, is just get started. $67 one day, lunch is included. And if that's all you need, go register. Now, for those of you who need more and want some answers to a few questions, that's what we're going to talk about now for the next 10-15 minutes, just so you know how long this is going to be. But one of the questions, or maybe I'll ask you, Ashley, what are some of the questions you are getting?
The main question I'm getting is, what is it? And I just tell them it's a 4D design for your life. It's about goal setting.
Right.
Do you have any input on that?
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, what is it? What are you going to get from this workshop? So what's interesting to me is I've been in sales. Those of you who know my story, I was a high school dropout. And I had 3 babies by the time I was 21. I didn't get my degree until I was 40. I'm working on my master's now, worked my way up in a company. But what I had to do go from there to here was I had to learn a lot of things. But one of them was, how do I get my dreams and the things that I wish I had, that I think about, that someday I'll have a car like that. Someday I'll have a house like that. Someday I'll own my business. Take that someday, those someday thoughts, and break them down into step-by-step plans and actions. And I thought everybody else knew how to do that.
Right.
It amazes me. They don't.
They don't.
I know. Well, yeah, and Ashley, tell them about your background.
I actually started out as a personal trainer when I was 20 years old. I'm 32 now. So I was a single mom. I wanted to open my own business, and I invested, like Shari said, almost $5,000 into one of my first seminars, which was a Todd Durkin mentorship. And I actually learned how to write my goals down and follow through with the steps that need to be taken to reach those goals, which is evident right now. You can see that those things have happened. And so it's one of the most important steps in goal setting is acknowledging them and bringing them to life on paper.
Ah, see? So here it is. You have two people that have come from different places, but we both had to learn how to take our dreams and our wish we hads and actually put them into a plan and then put them into action. Because that's really the next step. So in this workshop, the very first session is called The Future History of You. Now, I don't want to give you too much because it is an awesome session. And whenever I work this with groups, I have people crying happy tears, but they actually see their vision, their future. And I'm telling you, it works. And we actually go into character, everybody in the room, and we act as if it's in the future. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Yes, you can. I've done this with teenagers, and I've done this with women in their 70s. And men too, by the way. While mostly we have women signing up, there are a few very smart men who are looking at this workshop. So this is for anybody. But the bottom line is that first session, we're going to actually, when I say you're going to see your future, you're going to see your future. It's amazing. So that very first session, we're going to get you rocking and rolling on what it is you truly want and what does that look like to you. So then Ashley is actually going to do a session on the health. How do we be healthy? And it's not just doing aerobics, but it's more of a mindset. And she's going to give you tips and tools too, right?
Yes.
So maybe give them a clue. Well, tell us a little bit about it. Well, how does health and mindset connect to each other?
So I will be talking about how exercise, physical activity can not only get you going physically, but also mentally as well. What I tell people is if they start their day off right with either what you're putting into your mouth or what you're doing as far as physical activity, it always sets your mood for the day. So anything that comes in, you expect to get out. So if you're putting in good things and you're feeding yourself fuel for whatever it is you want to accomplish, whether it's reading a book or losing 30 pounds and you're eating right to get there, exercising in the morning to get there, these are some of the things that I'll be talking about and how it helps set the mood for the day and help you to reach your goals.
Oh, I am so excited about this. This is something I been personally thinking about. Especially, going into the new year. I'm not big on New Year's resolutions, but I am big on setting new mind shift, life shift goals. And one of them is how I think about food, because as I get older, my metabolism doesn't work as well.
Slows down,
yes. And so I keep thinking I can eat like I used to. And I don't even really want to. I think part of it's just habit.
Habit.
Yes. So I am so excited. So if you're looking for more than just, you gotta, work your butt off, which she will do too if you want her to. She has classes here that will help you literally work your booty off. But she's going to focus a lot more on the mindset, because this is about making a life shift. All right, so once you do that, then guess what? We will have some lunch. It's going to be catered in. Then we're going to actually take what we learned from those first two sessions and we're going to put them into an action plan. So I call it the 4D success plan, because there's 4 things I believe and I have focused on. And I work with companies, I go into sales teams, executives. This works with anybody. Movie stars, haven't worked with any, but it works with them. And I'll tell you why. Because there's 4 steps. It's called define it, decide it, design it, and do it. Now, let me ask you, out of those 4, define it, decide it, design it, and do it, which one do you think most people think is the toughest?
Probably doing it.
Doing it. 80%, that's very good. This was not set up. We're doing this in one take, folks. So see, we have fun. You're not going to want to miss this day.
Yeah.
Guess what? 80% of the people, and when I go into companies, they say the same thing, but it's not. And I challenge them because, and here's what I tell people. When I left an executive job, after I finally made it to my dream job, after all of that work and everything I did to get there, I walked away. And it was tough. And I had dreamed about doing this and doing my own workshops, writing a book, which I just did. I had all these dreams. And the most difficult part wasn't doing it. Because once I made the decision to do it, I did it. I had a plan. The most difficult part is defining what we want. And this is for you, if you are the person who says, I'm gonna, go race a marathon, and you might go outside and run and exercise a little bit for maybe 2 days, and then it stops, this is for you. Because it takes more than that. It takes more than just being intentional for one day. It takes more than being intentional for 1 week.
Yes.
You have to have that bigger vision, and you have to define why you want it. And this is the biggest mistake I feel that people make. Because if you don't define why you want to lose 20 pounds, do you agree with this?
Yes, that's what I just finished the article about yesterday, the January e-sign.
Yeah.
You have to decide your why. Otherwise, you don't know why you're doing something. So that's what keeps you going when the going gets tough.
Yes.
Yes.
See, and it's defining it. And I'll give you an example with movie stars. So many of them, right? They have this dream, this goal, just like you and I, only it's to be an actor or a singer or a superstar. No, okay. Right, but what they do is they go out and they actually accomplish it. But what happens is they have to redefine what they want. And that's where they fail. That's when you start to see suicides, overweight, alcoholism, drug addiction with movie stars. And it's the same reason with you and I and the people in our local community. Either they have not defined what they truly want and why they want it. I truly left a 6-figure job because I wanted to impact more people. That was my why. I believe I was made for this. And when you believe it so much, you're willing to sacrifice and work and have tears and give up things. That's when you found your why. That's when I found my why. And then I made the decision. And if you haven't ever defined a why of why you wanted to do this, how long did you have this dream of having your own studio?
I've had this dream for about 6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
And so tell me a little bit about why that was so important to you.
At first, it was just vain reasons. I like the idea of having my own studio, but once you get into it, and I had Braxton,
the cutest child ever.
Yeah, you start to redefine your reasons for why. And so my reason became Braxton, and I still have a picture of him in the hospital. He was premature, and in the hospital for 75 days. I put it up in my office, and I can see it every day, and I never forget he's my why.
Yeah.
He's my main reason. And then you also, I think as you go along the journey, you learn other reasons why you're doing something. And
so give me another reason why. Why are you doing this? Why did you sacrifice? Why did you hang in there when you thought it was never going to happen?
Another reason why is because I believe God put me here in this location, Middlesboro, Kentucky, is to help the community, not only for myself, but for my son. And I believe in the people here. I think that this is a great community, and they need it. We need it here, and we deserve it here.
So you believe your why is to help your community.
Yes.
Great why. Same, I believe I was meant to help the community as well.
Yeah.
And help people grow. And I always say, get people to do more, have more, be more than they've ever dreamed. I believe that. And I believe that's why we found each other. And that's a great story. You're going to want to be here to hear that story.
Yeah.
All right, so why? So it's defining it. And so this workshop is for you. If you've never sat down and really defined what you want out of life and why you want it. Now, if that scares you a little bit, this is really for you. So if you're feeling like, what in the world? I don't know if that's for, I don't know. That means you're hesitant. That means you're scared. There's a fear there. Sign up right now. Go. Don't shut this off. Go LifeShift.today and sign up. Save your seat. We are here to help you. Listen, folks, we don't make tons of money on this, obviously. 60 people at 67. We have lots of overhead. Lunch. This is about helping you. Now, if you want to keep listening and if you already know you want to sign up, go do that. Use the code VIDEO, VIDEO, and you'll get an additional $10 off through that will happen through January 30th, but through January 15th, the early bird, so you're going to get for $67. Why wait? Now, if you want to hear more, I brought along one of my favorite books. And it's called Think and Grow Rich, and I have read this, and it's one of the most difficult books to read. We were just talking about this. I actually have the license to teach this. But what I learned when I first started reading this years ago, now I have notes throughout this whole thing, and I have been reading it. But in one of the chapters, it talks about symptoms for not persisting. And what that means is the reason we quit, the reasons we don't go to workshops like this. The reasons when we have opportunities, we pray for things to happen. Oh, please, God, give me an opportunity that I can go out and it can help me grow and learn. And hello, we're sitting right here, and then you don't go do it. These are right. So now there's 16 of them. Listen, get a pen, write these down. So if any of these relate to you, then this workshop is for you. Okay, number one, they fail to recognize and clearly define exactly what they want. So that's what we were just talking about. So these are reasons why people fail in accomplishing their goals. Number two, procrastination. I've done that a few times.
Yes.
No, well, when I have the money, time. It's always funny though. Once we decide we want something, we find the time and the money.
Yeah.
So just decide. Number three, lack of interest in acquiring knowledge. So if you're not interested in learning anything about yourself or how to get ahead or how to move forward, you're right, this isn't for you. Number four, indecision. Number five, the habit of relying upon alibis instead of creating definite plans. So in other words, excuses.
Right.
Did you have any excuses ever when you were moving forward in the beginning?
I have had excuses before, yes. And they're easily recognizable. Most cases, especially with clients, when they don't find the time or the money, those are excuses.
Yeah, those are excuses.
Yes.
It's amazing. Once I made the decision to leave my job, I found the time and I found the money.
Yes.
And I saved and saved and saved. But I see it too with all the people I coach. All right, here we go. Number six, self-satisfaction. Oh, they're satisfied with where they're at. They talk a good game about how they want more. Oh, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to open up this, and I'm going to start this. Oh, they're going to do it someday.
Yeah.
But really, they're satisfied with where they're at. Right? Oh, man, no wonder you don't have what you want. Number seven, indifference. Usually reflected in your readiness to compromise. So in other words, you might have to give up a Saturday to be here. I've had to give up birthdays, anniversaries to make it where I was.
Yes.
And I don't blame the company for that. That was my choice.
Yes.
Right? I'm doing my master's, going for that now. Guess what? There's going to be sacrifices.
Of course.
This isn't that you can't have it all. It's a matter of how you get it and when you have it all to get it. Okay, number eight, the habit of blaming others for our past mistakes. Or, I can't do it because I don't have a babysitter. I can't do it because my husband won't let me go. I can't do it because my wife thinks I'm nuts because I'm going there to do a goal workshop where there's mostly women. I mean, we can find in the end, all 16 of these are excuses.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Number nine, weakness of desire due to neglect in the choice of motives, which is really what we were talking
Your
about.
why.
Your why.
Yes.
Okay. Number 10, willingness to quit at the first sign of defeat. See, most people that I have come in contact with, before we work with them, of course, is they think, Oh, I'm done. Oh, there was a traffic jam. I can't get there now. Oh, I stubbed my toe. They read the universe into why they should do something, rather than seeing those signs as, if you really want it, you'll overcome this obstacle to get it.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Totally agree, yes.
Do you see it often?
I do see it very often. A lot of times it's, I missed a workout, so why should I go to this workout where I'm gonna eat, nachos and cheese for dinner? No, that's no reason why you need to continue in your downfall. You pick it back up and you keep going.
Yeah. You don't be so quick to say, oh, I'm done.
Yes.
I'm a failure. Quit it. That's what we're going to help you with. All right, number 11, lack of an organized plan. I think we covered that. Number 12, the habit of neglecting to move on ideas, which is really procrastination. Well, not necessarily. I mean, if you are thinking about this, and you have been for the last few weeks, and this doesn't answer your questions, and you haven't moved to save your seat, I don't know what is. I mean, you have to be willing to invest in yourself. If you're not willing to invest in you, why should we? Why should anybody else? Be willing to take a chance on yourself. All right. Sorry, I get really passionate about this. Number 13, wishing instead of willing. We talked about that. I wish I had a house.
Yes.
I wish I looked like her. Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
Quit wishing. Start doing. Number 14, another reason why people fail. The habit of compromising with poverty instead of having more. So many people honestly believe, they are meant to be poor. And when I'm talking about poor, it doesn't necessarily mean money. Poor in health, poor in mind and thought processes, poor in friends. I have terrible friends. Oh, that's just who I have. Right? I don't have any really good friends. There's nobody I could trust. I've heard these things. And they believe that's what they were meant for.
Yeah.
And guess what? You get out of life, it's called the law of attraction. You get out of life what you believe you are meant for. And if you are getting crap in life, guess what you're putting out?
Crap.
Crappy vibes. Exactly. Told you, we're all about being real here. Okay, so sorry, got off on a tangent there. Number 15, searching for all the shortcuts. Oh, I'm guilty on this when it comes to health. When it comes to being in shape, and now age has set in, and there are no shortcuts. Right?
No shortcuts.
Go ahead.
Even in life, I've often thought that with Braxton, and day in and day out, you have to be willing to put in your very best, as if someone's behind you, chasing after you. Get after it, Ashley, get after it, because if you're not going to, someone else is, and someone else will take your place. So it's a competition for not only yourself, but also in life. Other people have great ideas and great things going, and it's going to happen to someone, hopefully you. So
and that brings in, I believe that ideas. I don't know if any of you have ever had a situation where you had an idea, and then 3, 5, 10 years later, the idea, you saw it and you're going, I thought of that.
Yeah.
I had that happen, right? I had that happen once when my kids were 1, 2, and 3. I was like, man, I had the station wagon, the old Ford station wagons. And I can remember putting them in the back seat thinking, I wish they had seats that you could put out and put them on wheels. Fast forward, see, I believe the ideas are out there, boop, 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 and it's going to hit you on the head. And if you don't do something with it, it's going to move on.
Yes.
It's kind of like ripples, making ripples.
Yes.
It's out there, right? And if you don't do something with it, somebody else will.
yes.
So if you have an idea to do something, you have all the capability to do it. It's in the universe, made for you to do it. So whether or not you pick up on it and decide to take action with it is actually on you, not the universe or God or whoever it is that you believe in. All right. So there's no shortcuts. Number 16, fear of criticism. Oh, this is I was a victim of this.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. As I was moving up in a company,
Yeah.
I had very low self-esteem and was still kind of successful just because of my personality, and I worked hard, but I would go home and cry.
Yeah.
Because I had low self-esteem and I could not take criticism very well. And there's lots and lots of reasons for it, and if you read my book, you'll find out why. But the point is that it affected me for a long, long time. And then I learned that actually, if you switch the word from criticism to feedback, and we all need feedback,
Yes.
then it's easier to swallow. It's like putting sugar on the pill. So now whenever somebody's telling me something, I have to think to myself, this isn't criticism, this is feedback. Now maybe they need to learn how to word it,
Yes.
they can say it
Yes,
easier.
definitely.
But that's on them, not on me.
Yes.
So I think you have to kind of let that go. And that's what this is going to be about, is allowing yourself to give yourself feedback, because that's what you're going to get when you're here.
Yes.
You're going to get self-feedback. Do you agree with that?
I totally agree. And actually, I have faced a lot of criticism from my peers or other people who are in the same business around this area, and I actually welcome it. I love to be criticized, because when you're being criticized, you're actually are getting something right. And
I love that.
And so you just improve upon it. And luckily, you have someone telling you what to improve upon. If you didn't have that, then that's when you really need to start changing.
If you're
what
not
you're
getting
doing.
feedback or criticism, you're probably not doing something, right? That means you're
Yes.
not, if you're getting that, you're doing something right.
Yes.
Because they're like, well, you should do this, and why don't you do that? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It may not always come in a nice way.
Exactly.
Well, guess what? When you come here, you're going to learn how to shift that thought process and look at feedback, and when people say things, how you can see that as feedback versus criticism. All right, so I think that was number 16, wasn't it?
Yes.
So if any of those 16 reasons hit you between the head and you thought, yeah, I kind of do that, this workshop is for you. We want you here. First of all, we're going to have a blast.
Yes.
We are going to have so much fun. I guarantee it. And I don't make a lot of promises. But if you don't have fun, we'll probably send you home before lunch. So anyway, but basically, you're going to come here. You're going to learn how to define what it is you want. Not define goals. Define your why you're here. What does that look like? You're going to decide to do 1 or 2 or 3 of those. Then you're going to define a plan. Now the do it part comes after, and we'll talk about that, how you can get some support after you leave here. So that's LifeShift workshop for you. February 27th, 2016 in Middlesboro, Kentucky. We will be holding these in other areas, but right now, this is the most important one. So if you're in the Knoxville area, Middlesboro, Morristown, listen, it's a hop, skip, and a jump. And the Holiday Inn, we have a link to the Holiday Inn Express here in town if you want to come up the evening before and actually stay overnight beforehand. Other than that, don't wait, folks. We can't wait to meet you. We can't wait to see you. We can't wait to have a great day with you. So, anything else, Ashley?
I think we're good. We're ready to have fun. So,
Amen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you there. Don't wait. Go register.